Hello everybody, welcome to our Enshrouded survival guide. So we are doing a quest walkthrough today called Finding and Using a Gem Forge, which is basically kind of like an intro of like what gem forges are, what you can do with them, how to get gems, all that good stuff. So to kick this off, we first need to talk to Balthazar, who's hanging out over here. So let's go ahead and say hey to him as well. Alright, so if we scroll down, we'll see this About Weapon Gems options. We're going to go ahead and click that. And basically, this is going to give us the little intro here. It says, my research has led me to a bold new theory. The ancients once had an affinity for gems and used them for augmentation. Perhaps Flameborn aren't fit for being augmented, but your weapons could be. If we found an ancient gem forge, I have an inkling of where to look. Don't worry. And perhaps a conductor or energy source, then we could claim the gem power for ourselves. So that is going to give us the quest here. As well as an area, a new location we're going to have to go find. So we have our quest now, finding and using a gem forge. So let's go ahead and track that, and we're going to basically see where we got to go to get this quest rolling, basically. So let's see here. There we go. Finding and using a gem forge. Let's go ahead and set that as active. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to show this on the map. So it's right over here in the Low Meadows area. So we're going to take the Ancient Spire, basically, and how we're going to get here is we're actually going to go around this way, out of the Shroud, basically, to get to that area. You definitely could cut through the Shroud if you would like, but because this quest is very Shroud-heavy, I would definitely suggest taking this route first, unless obviously you have a very high you can stay the Shroud for a very long time. This probably won't be as much of a problem, but we're not there yet, so we're gonna go ahead and just take that way. So let's go ahead and fast travel. Now there are a few items you should probably have with you in order to do this quest. Having a pickaxe of some kind as well as an axe is ideal. You can get by with just a pickaxe, but it doesn't hurt to have an axe as well. For melee fighters out there, I would definitely say either have like a long reach kind of weapon or some sort of ranged weapon on you, just because you are going to have to fight a boss at the end of this quest that is aerial, up in the air, we'll say. If you have problems with reach, because they can get a little annoying if you can't quite hit them and all that. So you might want to bring that along as well. Otherwise, we're basically just gonna get started here. We'll go ahead and let this place load in. We can see the quest is leading us in that direction. So let's go ahead and head this way. We're gonna go right over here. All right, and I guess just as extra little things to have, you are going to be doing potentially a lot of fighting, so bring some health potions, bring some food, bring some water, and if you have any, or you can make any, some survival flasks just to make surviving the Shroud a little bit easier. So like I said, technically it is going to be in that direction, but we're going to go this way and make our way, just kind of hugging the edge of the Shroud, just to kind of limit our exposure. Look at all that fog. Beautiful, beautiful. I do like how it's like clearly just like a block though. Oh, we're getting some lag, which is, you know, not surprising. Unfortunately, the game has been pretty laggy with me since their big foliage update, which makes sense, you know, my computer's, it is what it is, so. But anyway, we're going to just go ahead and, like I said, just follow along the edge of the Shroud here. We're going to head towards that objective marker, so I'll just kind of jump, literally, apparently, to where we arrive. So we have basically, just like I said, we walked along the coast of the Shroud here, and we've got about 50 meters away from the Gem Forge location. So we're going to head on down at this point, and, well, we'll do our best here. So first things first, obviously, we are in the Shroud. You're going to want to be definitely careful of your time here, just because you're going to be in here a lot. So, you know, watch that time, come out as you need. Now we're going to hug this, and basically we're going to get to this opening right here where we will find the gem forge. And just to show you once again, here it is on the map. There's the spire right there. The objective marker will take you there pretty well. Now, we don't want to waste too much time because we are obviously on a timer. There are going to be some enemies in here, and we're just going to just take them out as best we can here. All right. Now, it's very important that we search these guys because you're going to get a material that you need for all this gem forging, which is archaic essence. So we're going to go ahead and take all of this. Go ahead. There we go. Take a moment there. And then there should be another one. There we are. Take all that as well. Now we're here. We're going to go head up to the gem forge right here, and we can see that... for one, we don't have any gems, but also we don't have enough of that archaic kind of essence to use this. So there's a little tutorial here that basically says each gem forge requires a unique resource for upgrading and inserting gems. The level gems can be upgraded to a limited. Let's try this again. The level gems can be upgraded to is limited for each forge. Seek out forges in more dangerous areas to unlock higher levels. So obviously we have the gem forge here. It says you can use its power to infuse gems with energy, which again is that archaic essence, or extract it from them. These gems can be inserted into weapons to unlock powerful effects. So again, we don't have any gems here. We're going to go get one now, though, and we're going to do that by basically going into the Shroud Lair. Now, the cool thing about, if you follow the path that I suggested, just kind of along the edge of the Shroud here, you will have basically kind of picked up the Shroud Lair location along the way. Now, your little marker is going to tell you to go here. Ignore that. That is where you're going to go eventually, but you need to go here in order to get to there. So we're going to go to that Shroud Lair icon first instead. But before we do, we're actually going to just pop ourselves back up this way just to refresh our Shroud countdown here, if it'll let us. All right, there we go. That took a moment. All right, so now that we are we're good, we're getting our stamina back up. Let me just eat some more food just to kind of keep sure we're all there and happy, and we are all set there. Don't think I want any of that. That's great. We'll keep on this. All right, so we're going to basically head to that Shroud Lair, which you could basically just kind of head on down this way. If you are leaving that chamber directly, the gem forge directly, there is like a little path that will lead you through. Got to be a little careful here because it is right next to the lava here, or the deadly shroud. But you're going to come right down here. And like I said, you're going to have to be very careful here because you are toying, like I said, with this spooky shroud. Oh, we almost that was exactly what we wanted to avoid there. Oh, we got friends that we got to fight off, apparently. Yeah, they're just lonely. Okay, now this the Shroud Lair is pretty dangerous. There's a lot of fel in here. They got some bugs in here, and it's a little bit of a maze, to be honest. So we are going to have to very carefully kind of make our way around, and we're trying to go to that meter, or that little marker there. So basically, the path that we're going to want to take is just kind of like around the deadly shroud. You're going to eventually kind of get right here. You'll see this little thing there, little pulley thing. We're going to have some critters that we're going to have to fight here. There we go. Oh, he's just kind of chilling, I guess. I don't know if we're lagging or what. I'm a little scared. All right, we'll just kind of ignore that, I guess. All right, we're going to get goodness gracious. Okay, so they are down there, and again, you're going to be grabbing, looting these guys as much as you can because you are after that essence. You're going to want to have at least 50 of that archaic essence before you leave this location. So we're going to kind of just keep following this path. Excuse me, sir. Why are you... If he knocks me up, I'm going to be so upset. These guys are traps. Ugh. Could get that. There we go. So if you're not getting enough from like those guys, you can still get archaic essence here with these little bubbles. So yeah, you want to make sure you have at least 50 before you leave. Now I'm going to run back this way real fast because there should be a time essence here around this area somewhere. Oh, hello. Oh, we did get a Shroud survival flask. We'll probably take that real fast. If I get a moment to breathe here. Uh-oh. We might have some... Are you good? Are you good? Can I drink this? Alright, so we're going to keep on moving along as best we can anyway, what with this lagging still. Alright, so you are going to, guys, are just going to come back this way here. And you can kind of see how this is glowing right here. This is where we're going to be using our pickaxe to basically break through this wall here, if it'll let me. Again, we're having some real problems here. I'm not quite sure why this is running so harshly, but we're going to cut through this, basically. There we go. And we'll be able to go on through this tunnel here. And then we're going to have, again, a few more enemies back here. One of these guys, these little beholder-looking things. All right, we're struggling, but we're making our way through. So basically just going to keep on going this way. We're getting really low on Shroud time, which is making me a little nervous. There are some of those little extenders out in here somewhere. I have not come across one yet, sadly, but they are in here somewhere. Let's go ahead and use the X on that, and then we're going to quick take care of this guy. Now be careful because there is deadly Shroud to your right, so be very careful with that. And again, get some more of these bubbles for the archaic essence. Oh, he has just decided to spawn in. That's fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We'll just fight through this one. You can obviously use whatever you want to use, but the idea here is just get through this dark area, and we're going to make our way around. Oh, I think I have an extender right there. Thank goodness. Okay, ooh, I don't know if it's going to be enough. We'll try. It's going up a little bit. Now, this is the boss fight, so get ready for this. Ow, that was a little rude. Oh, he's dead. That was really easy. Okay. So, we're going to go fast here. We're gonna grab what he has on him, which is the aerated Banshee gel, some legendary runes, and our gem of bleeding. And it's the gem of bleeding in particular that we are after. Now, we gotta get out of here because this is not an ideal place. So we're gonna go ahead and use the little grappling hook to get ourselves up when it lets us, anyway. Alright, we are here again after a brief little game crash. So we killed the Banshee again. So like I was saying, we're going to go ahead and grab the items that the Banshee drops, which is the aerated Banshee gel, the legendary runes, and what we're really here for, which is this this gem here, the gem of bleeding. So we're going to take all of those, and you'll notice that when you pick up the legendary runes, if it's the first time that you have grabbed that, that's going to unlock the ability to make these at the blacksmith. Now we have what we need. We're gonna get out of here because time is running a little short, so we're gonna go ahead and run up here. You might have to, you know, kill a few more critters and fell, so be mindful of your time, your health, all of that. Let's go ahead and shop that, and we're just gonna do our best to kind of just make our way out of here. And again, make sure that you have a good go ahead and fly on down here. Make sure you have a good 50 of these before you head out. And we're just going to keep on getting out of this place. There we go. This is going to take us down to where we were before. So let's carefully head on. Ooh, that was a little scary. Head on down there. But yeah, 50 essence. Make sure you got that on the way out. And we're doing pretty good on Shroud time, so I think we're just going to go right back to the Gem Forge, which is the next objective here. So let's make sure we jump and jump. All right, and the Gem Forge is basically right where we left it, so you can follow this path. It will lead you there. We'll just kind of follow the path, I think. There's probably going to be some enemies around here. We're just going to kind of just cut around, cut along up here, follow our objective marker until we are eventually... Ooh, sounds like we might have to fight somebody, potentially. right back through into the forge itself. So we're going to head back in here, and now we just have to use the gem forge, which... Oh, hello. We're going to fight some invisible enemies first, apparently. That's great. That's great. There we go. Anybody else? Anybody else? No, we're good. Okay. Hopefully. Anyway, we're going to go ahead back to the forge itself. Here it is. And the primary thing that you're going to need to do is basically use this gem and put it on some sort of... weapon you have. So we're going to go ahead to the insert here. Now I don't have a weapon that's suitable, unfortunately, but basically what you would do is if you have one that has a weapon that has like a gem slot, you basically just slot it in and then insert it, and then it's all happy and all that. So I gotta go get myself apparently a weapon that has this slot, so I will be right back. Alright, we finally have ourselves a weapon that will allow us to put a gem inside of it. It's actually this Fell Commander bow. You can see that this little slot right here, the yellow square here, that is indicative that you could put a gem inside of there. So we're going to go back to the gem forge here. We're going to press insert, and now we see we have this Fell Commander bow that's put here in available weapons. We have an empty gem slot we could put in there, and we have our Gem of Bleeding that we're going to put in there. And like I said, it does take 50 archaic essence to perform this action. We have 51 apparently. So let's go ahead and insert that. And that will basically put that on our bow. So we have now this Gem of Bleeding. And obviously if we wanted to, we can always extract it as well, or upgrade it again with Archaic Essence. So this particular Gem of Bleeding says it allows us to do like basically critical hits with cutting damage caused bleeding on the enemy, dealing 10.7 damage per second for 6.5 seconds. So that's pretty nice actually. So we have that, and obviously we could upgrade it further to make it do even more damage if we have more Archaic Essence to do so. But that is basically the quest. Once you have put your new gem in some sort of weapon that is that allows for it, the quest is done. You have done it, and now you know all about more or less forge weapon gems and how they all work. So hope you found that helpful. I'll probably be doing like a little bit more in depth on gems and forges and such in another video. But just getting started. Hopefully that is helpful. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, keep surviving and keep thriving.